Chatham has won the toss, has chose to receive. This goes like the same. This is about this. Chatham will receive. Chatham have a good football game.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to John G. Fossar Field, the home of the Braves. Number 15, a junior, Jeff Wilty. Number 16, a junior, Michael Mancini. Number 17, a senior, Eric Pooler. Number 24, a senior, Craig Newkirk. And number 29, a senior, Kyle Collins. Number 56, a senior, Nick Bennett. Number 58, captain, senior, Jason Kruger. Number 59, senior, Keith Banta. And number 62, junior, Mike Doherty. Number 79, senior captain, Aaron Kimball. And number 88, junior, Dan Elias. The Braves are coached by Alex Mancini. Now would you please rise for playing the national anthem by the Fonda-Fultonville Marching Band.
Kicker 2 and senior Ryan Hayes, and that's another part of the Braves game that's been strong over the years, kicking.
This year it's going to be a little tricky though, because Hayes is also a soccer player. There may be some conflicts. We'll see.
And we'll find out.
Supposed to be able to bomb them from 40, 45 yards out. Well, we saw Mike Callahan do that for Gloversville last year. We used to see the Goebel brothers here win games for the Braves with long field goals. It's a dimension very few high school teams have.
So the Braves will kick off. Chatham will go left to right as Alex and I look at it. They have 3 deep, black helmets, white shirts, red numbers, black pants, and a good kick by Hayes. Driving Stallworth back, he fumbles it. Dwight Stallworth fumbles it again, now picks it up at the goal line, and it went in the end zone for a touchback.
Oh, is he lucky?
He did get lucky because he was headed to the turf around the 10-yard line by the coverage. See, generally,
the symbol on them is the exact symbol of the Chicago Bears. Their C is just like
C
for Chatham.
Russell Tinsley, a 6'1 junior, is the quarterback. They'll line up in a power I formation behind Tinsley on first down and then put a runner in motion to the right. And Tinsley will roll out. He wanted to throw, but he's going to get sacked. Didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a yard or two. The Braves were all over him defensively. They are big and they are quick on the line, and they got the
behind the line and took a couple of steps back. The Braves will take it as a sack.
This team did not score, this Chatham team, in their first week. Tough way to start the year, though, no matter how good you are, to have to play Waterville and Fonda back-to-back on the road. Hand off on the left side, not much running room, and maybe a loss of another yard or two for Maurice Reeves. And it'll now be third down, and
Maurice Reeves and the Zodiacs on that carry?
Yes, it was. Again, the power I. Tinsley will pitch it to Reeves on the left side, and Reeves gets back to the 20, maybe to the 21, but he's driven down there on the far sideline, well short of a first down. And Chatham will be kicking it away. Jeremy Creasion on the stop.
Studio offense for Chatham today.
Kyle Collins and Jeff Wilty are deep for the Braves, standing at midfield. The kick by Corey Mannion, taken by Wilty, and he'll go down immediately at midfield, thrown to the turf, actually back at the Braves' 45-yard line. Good coverage by Chatham.
Yes, which got a partial standing ovation from the 13 people that are sitting.
Session of the afternoon, first down at their own 48-yard line, and we've talked a whole lot about quarterback Mike Mancini, the junior. Split backs behind him are Poole and Newkirk. Mancini will throw on first down. A short drop, throws on the right side to Collins. First gets about 9, and he's brought down in Chatham territory at about the 43-yard line.
And he probably won't. Probably right about that. I'm always happy when the starting quarterback actually throws the first pass. They write their name down on the sheet automatically. Sometimes somebody else throws the first pass.
Especially on this team, yes. High formation on 2nd down and 1, and the give to Poole, and he got close to the first down. Wrapped up there by big number 77, Jason Mita, for the first measurement of the afternoon. 8:59 to play in the first quarter. No score. Braves on their first possession, and
no first down.
He's short of the first down. Big time short. Almost a full yard.
Well, because the games are supposed to take a long time.
Pooler will go to the right side on this one. 2 receivers to the left. Newkirk behind Mancini in the backfield on 3rd down and 1. Mancini maybe changing the play at the line. Short drop, throwing long. Open is Collins, makes the catch and steps out of bounds at the 19-yard line. Well, Mancini saw something in the Chatham defense, made the switch at the line, and he threw a nice pass to Collins, but if he keeps it over...
We're talking about the package Johnstown put in this year for audibles. Fonda-Fultonville's always had a great audible package and good quarterbacks who know how to use it.
Split backs on first down from the 19. Mancini rolling right, looks to throw, goes to the end zone. It's caught, touchdown! Jeff Wiltie makes the catch, and the Braves are on the board with 8:35 to play first quarter. It's Fonda-Fultonville 6 and Chatham nothing.
And the strains of On the Warpath being heard. They'll probably be heard about 9 times. And I was joking with Jane Hackett, the director of the band, saying don't practice
on rolling out and laying it right into Jeff Wiltie's hands. Now Ryan Hayes will attempt the extra point. Left-footed kicker. Mancini, the holder, gets it down, and Hayes booms it through the uprights with 8:35 to play first quarter. Braves 7, Chatham nothing. You're listening to high school football on WENT.
Time to test your GX. To ensure safety, test monthly. The electrical department at Ed's True Value Hardware has handheld testers and replacement.
Yes, everybody will want to know from Mark Dwyer. They want the comparison. So Ryan Hayes to kick again, and booms another one, and Stallworth will take it at the 5. Stallworth to the 10, the 20, and upended at the 21-yard line. 3 Braves are down there, led by Penn Zizis. He makes the stop for Fonda-Fultonville. Rob Krul.
And that's number 21 on the career for Mike. He had 19 last year. I said 17 earlier, correct myself, and 2 so far this year.
We're not likely to see too many 9-minute drives from the Braves this afternoon. On first down, under pressure, Tinsley goes down. He never had a chance. He's lucky he held onto the football. He's sacked by 5 Braves back at the 16-yard line. He dropped back to throw. Bounce down quarterback Travis Smith. 2nd down and 16 now for the Panthers from their own 16-yard line. And Tinsley doesn't even get time to pitch out. He wanted to run a wishbone, but he was dropped by Jeremy Creasion back at the 12-yard line. Loses 4 more. He was rolling out.
Enough names.
Scattercoke. Half Moon always is a funny name. 3rd down now, at about 20 from the 12. Tinsley rolling right. Down he goes near the goal line. Sacked by Jason Kruger. And Chatham just doesn't have anything to answer Fonda-Fultonville. They end up losing 20 yards.
It's 18 so far.
Corey Mannion will do the kicking, and he doesn't have much room. He's right at the back of the end zone.
I know the Braves post goals for their team for each team. Maybe minus offense is one of them.
They're coming after him, and he got the kick away. Short kick taken by Wiltie at the 27. He goes to the right side, and he'll be wrapped up and dropped by Dan Alimo. And then flags come down after the play is over. Alimo made a nice play to bring Wiltie down. They had a return set up to the right side. The kick was to the left side. And a flag is dropped after the play. Wiltie actually lost about 5 yards on the return.
I kind of wish it had worked because you don't see too many 27-yard touchdown punt returns. That would have been interesting.
Yes.
Chatham has covered punts pretty well so far.
That's the one thing they have done. They have kept Wiltie in check.
And it's going to get worse. Clipping signal on Chatham. Oh, wait a minute. Now a personal foul on the Braves.
We had offsetting penalties, I believe. We had fouls on both teams, and I think the flag came down well after the play was over. We'll see if it was dead ball, and if it was, they'll just offset it. Yeah, it looked like he called clipping on Chatham, but
how does the kicking team clip?
Yeah.
They might have tripped up somebody illegally chasing downfield, but I don't know how you clip. They have a mic, so
yes, they do. And they're actually going to mark off a penalty against the Braves, but then will they mark it back off against Chatham? And I think they will. They'll mark off 15 against the Braves, take it back to the 49, and then they'll mark off 15 against Chatham.
Yeah, they just mixed up the signals. The clip was against the Braves. The personal
fouls on Chatham.
Personal foul on White.
Yes.
When one of the fouls is a dead ball in high school, they have to go through all these motions. And
this one, and the Braves are 35 yards away from scoring again. They lead 7-0, 6:10 to play first quarter. High formation behind Mike Mancini. Ball on the left hash mark to give to Newkirk, and Newkirk is wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage, and he loses. Lorraine Whitaker makes the stop for Kyle Collins comes left, and Pooler goes to the right side. Newkirk, the only man in the backfield. Wiltie in the slot, and Wiltie will take the pass. Dance through one defender at the 30, down the left sideline to the 20, and driven out of bounds at the 18-yard line. He lost Alex Guzman with a beautiful move at the 30 and took it down the sideline inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Move the chains, first down Braves.
These big play receptions all the time. He always has a way of evading defenders and getting more yards.
And he, like Mancini, is a junior. The give to Newkirk. Newkirk brought down after a yard or two off left tackle. Chatham on top of that one.
Very late flag.
And a late flag. And again, I think we're going to have another personal foul on Chatham. They're trying to get themselves fired up. And what they're doing is committing personal fouls. They don't... I'm pretty sure they don't expect to win this game, but they don't want Fonda to just step on their faces in the process of it. Last week they committed 3 turnovers in the first quarter and fell behind 38-0 to Waterville East.
The referee tossed that flag so high up in the air, we're almost still waiting for it to land.
Well, the 15-yard 5:09 to play. Oh, it's second down.
Yeah, it didn't make the first down.
No, they didn't get a first down on a personal foul. Second down, I formation from the 9. Mancini to throw. Mancini looks through the hands of Collins and falls incomplete. 3 defenders in the area. Collins couldn't hold on to it, and the Panthers couldn't come up with it either. Third, they give you the first down if they have to make it half the distance.
-1 + 2 + 8 is 9.
What? Third down and 1. Newkirk in motion out of the backfield to the right side. Mancini on the option, rolling that way. Now pitches to Pooler. 5, touchdown. Pooler into the end zone for the score for Fonda-Fultonville. 4:56 to play first quarter. Braves now lead it 13-0. So many weapons. So many plays. And Alex Mancini,
14 seconds this time.
Mike Mancini will hold for Ryan Hayes. Low snap, Mancini got it up. Hayes got it through. 4:56 left, first quarter. Braves 14, Panthers nothing. It's high school.
Early problems mushroom. Schools do their best to give students the education they need. Experiences outside
to learn things like that.
The holder matters. That's why we mention them all the time.
Hayes, another kickoff. Stallworth this time fumbles it at the 7, picks it up at the 10, 15, has a hole up the middle, crosses the 25, and dragged down at the 28-yard line. So this time Stallworth gets some decent yards. Ken Zizis again on the stop for Fonda-Fultonville.
Hold on the Johnstown special team. They're going to get work this week.
Yeah, there'll be some work. Tinsley, the quarterback. Nate Williams, the only back behind him on first down. Tinsley, short drop, wants to throw, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Chris Dingman. He tipped it up in the air and then dove for it and made the interception at the Chatham 33-yard line. First down, Braves, going the other way.
First, Scotia Glenville had a chance to tie, missed the field goal on a very late play, and the Huskies survived by 3 points.
Mancini in the shotgun on first down from the 33-yard line. Braves do like to go for the throat after a turnover like that. They'll throw the screen, and it's too high and incomplete, intended for Cresian. And the pass was a little too high for Jeremy. Well, we'll see any of those, Alex. You can't ever say no with the Fonda-Fultonville team, but they don't really need them today.
They may run one of their more simpler gadget plays.
The pitch on the option, right side, is Dingman, and he gets inside the 25 and close to a first down. He gets the first down inside the 25 at the 22-yard line. So Newkirk is the up back in the I formation. Dingman the deep back on first down. Mancini to throw. He looks for Collins, makes the catch, touchdown! Collins made the catch at the 5 with his back to the goal line, then turned around and scored. Touchdown, Braves. 22-yard touchdown pass with 3:39 to play. First quarter, it's now 20-0, Fonda-Fultonville.
Another 4-play drive
today with all his kicking. Kicking off, extra points. This time a good snap. Mancini down. Ryan Hayes blasted through. 21-0 Braves. 3:39 to play in the first quarter. And we'll be
Corporate executives talk merger. Contractors keep building. Auto dealers and realtors get business.
Field and Fonda. Braves with a 21-0 lead over Chatham, and we have 3:39 to play in the first quarter. And it's going as expected here. Time Hayes taking right down the middle, and another fumble picked up, heading up the middle, and another fumble after the hit, and the Braves say they have it at the 21-yard line. Haven't seen a signal for it. Now we do, and the Braves do have it. They recover the fumble. That's the second Chatham turnover. They turn it over at their 21-yard line. Cruel coming up with the fumble recovery for last week's game that was 65-0. He said, you know, it could be worse this week.
Yeah, it could, conceivably.
First down for the Braves. Chris Dingman in motion from left to right. Single back is Newkirk. He takes the pitch. Then he gives to Wiltie on the reverse. He comes around the left side, got a crunching block, gets to the 15, breaks the tackle at the 10, down to the 5, and he's dropped there by Dwight Stallworth. And then flags go down again for another late hit for Fonda-Fultonville.
That one was a cheap shot, a helmet in the back, diving into the pile.
Yeah, that's the third personal foul on Chatham in this first quarter. And I know Alex Mancini's going to have a problem with that eventually if those numbers keep adding up with personal fouls. And that was just a dirty play.
Yeah, it really was. Wiltie was struggling for extra yards, making those moves that we were talking about. And he was clearly down. He finally surrounded him, and then some guy comes flying in and nailed him in the back.
First and goal
for the fight song. This may not take 4 plays, this possession.
Oh, they are. They're going with a wishbone set in the backfield on first down from the 4. And they give to Dingman, left tackle, doesn't get in. Got down to about the 2. Second down and goal. Cooler, Dingman, and Newkirk lined up behind Mancini on second and goal. To give to Newkirk, off right side, into the end zone, touchdown Braves. Greg Newkirk scores this one with 2:29 to play in the first quarter. It's now 27-0, Fonda-Fultonville.
A 56-second possession.
So Ryan Hayes getting a lot of extra point practice in this one. And Mancini, another good job getting the ball up after a low hole, and Hayes kicks it through. 28-0, Fonda-Fultonville leading, 2:29 to play, first quarter. We'll be back.
How about the DeSoto and the Etzel? Do names like the Mellow Kings, the Five Satins, and the Moon Glows evoke visions of the past? If these things bring back special memories for you, then walk with me down the dusty...
Like they're doing right here.
They lead 28-0, 2:29 to play in the first quarter. Hayes with another kickoff. Stallworth will field this one at the 3. To the 10, 15, hit, down he goes at about the 17-yard line. Bill Lasky was the first one there. He did not make the stop, but he's the one who really slowed Stallworth down. And, you know, Panthers will take over at their own 2. And 3 personal fouls in the first quarter. Not a good sign. So Russell Tinsley, who doesn't have a prayer at quarterback right now, hasn't had time to do anything, is back under center. And he'll give to Williams. Williams room to run off the left side across the 25, 30, 35, and Williams will be dragged out of bounds across the 40-yard line at about the 41. 26-yard pickup for Nate Williams.
Williams, they caught it right there.
So the Panthers get their first down on a big run from Nate Williams. Football at the Braves' 42-yard line. They'll give to Williams again. He fumbles. Big scramble for it at the 45. Braves say they have it, and the officials say they have it too. It was picked up by the Braves. Travis Smith recovered it. So that's turnover number 3 for Chatham, and they're just repeating what they did last week. And I'll tell you what, Mark Dwyer,
we'll get to see them in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, they'll be hosting Fonda-Fultonville. They'll have to improve a lot to challenge the Braves. So now the Braves at the 46-yard line of Chatham, and short drop for Mancini, throws in the flat to Collins, makes the catch at the 40. Nice move down the left sideline, 30, and he slips inside the 25 at the 23-yard line. What a pretty move as he left Josh Aiken all alone back at the 40-yard line, and Josh was standing there with hands on hips.
Abused Aiken on that play.
First down Braves at the 23-yard line. And Mancini out of the shotgun on first down. Fakes the handoff to Newkirk and keeps it. Runs up the middle. Cuts to his right and slips inside the 10. Just got tripped up by Aiken. Almost broke the tackle. Had he broken it, he was in for the touchdown. But he slips down inside the 10. He picks up another Braves first down at the 8-yard
front of Chatham, and he had all kinds of room.
Split backs on first and goal from the 8. And Mancini will pitch to Newkirk, left side. Newkirk around the end to the 5, and Newkirk is out of bounds at the 1. Didn't make it into the end zone. Braves players thought he did. Referee is the only one that matters, and he said he didn't. And so the Braves will have second and goal at the
10-0 in first downs in the first quarter.
Again, it'll be the wishbone backfield. Dingman, Pooler, and Newkirk behind Mancini on second and goal. The give to Dingman, touchdown. Dingman falls into the end zone off the left side, and the Braves have scored again. 41 seconds left first quarter. 34-0. Fonda-Fultonville time. Alex will take a little break after Ryan Hayes booms another one. No, they're going to fake it, and they're going to pitch, and then Wiltie wants to throw with the left hand, and he finds the wide open Dan Leas in the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So the Braves show a little trickery on the extra point and get the 2-point conversion. They lead 36-0.
Sports director and news director, in fact, an award-winning news director and sports director. And we got a hold of Tom Roll and asked him what he thought about my show. Here's what Tom had to say.
Incredible. So here we go to kickoff again.
And the 5 scoring drives took a total of 5 minutes and 24 seconds.
Hayes with another kick, and again taken by Stallworth. Again, a good kick. He takes it at the 3. To the 15, gets a block from Alimo, and gets across the 25 before he's dropped. And I say he got a block from Alimo. Stallworth put his hand in Alimo's back and pushed him forward. And he got to the 27, where the Panthers have first defense could also come up with a score and exceed what Waterville did in the first quarter last week. Power I formation behind Tinsley on first down, and flags are flown and whistles are blown before the play.
If this is a delay penalty, it would make absolutely no sense. You think they'd want to get out of here as soon as possible.
It's offside on the Braves.
Okay.
So dead ball foul, Braves lining up in the so-called neutral zone.
And first and 5 for Chatham.
Now it's first and 5 for the Panthers at the 32-yard line. 29 seconds. 2 seconds ran off the clock on that play.
Maybe
critical 2 seconds for the Panthers.
Right. Maybe Whittemire and Kimball can't help sometimes lining up in the neutral zone, even if they don't try to.
So big, if they don't get their balance, they start falling forward. First and 5. Tinsley gives to Williams, who gets short yardage. Oh, that's Whitaker.
Orain
Whitaker got a couple of yards across the...
The HealthLink calendar for September is filled with health...
Unfortunately for them, their last game of the year was a loss and not a win. Second down and 4 for the Panthers as we start the second quarter, and players are jumping all over the place on both sides of the football.
This game is at its usual Fonda-Fultonville pace.
Well, when you score 5 touchdowns in the first quarter, offside Braves. So that'll give the Panthers their first down of their second one. I'm sorry, as Williams had that big run in the first quarter.
I forgot about that run.
So it's first down. Panthers, they're on the move.
So I was unfair to them saying that the Braves had out first down them 10-0. It was actually 10-1.
10-1, and they have a first down now at the 38-yard line. They have more first downs in this quarter than the Braves have. Start playing it by quarters, Alex.
Break it down to segments.
That's right.
It's the hockey coach's strategy.
First down from the 38. Tinsley to throw. Now he needs to run, and now he gets sacked by Jason Kruger. Back at the 35-yard line, Tinsley loses 3. Second down and 13, and Kruger
this game.
Yes, he's not getting much time to throw, and Braves defensive secondary is doing a number. They pitched a shutout last week against Morrisville-Eaton, and barring something really unusual today, they would be on their way to another one. They're blitzing, and Tinsley will go down. Jeremy Creasion just came crashing through the offensive line like it was air. And he sacked Tinsley all the way back at the 26. Better have a load of them for these Braves games we're doing this year, Alex. A lot of them are going to be like this. Third and 22 from the 26. Creasion's coming again, and the Panthers jump. Creasion showed blitz, and the left tackle for Chatham, Wayne Smith, lynched.
There was a regular season game last year in the NFL, which would end up being the Super Bowl preview between the Rams and the Titans. And Fred Miller, the offensive tackle.
It was Javon, but maybe you have heard that.
Remember Tony, whoever was Tony Dorsett in college and Tony Dorsett in the NFL? So I'm going to try that here.
All right. Now it's third down and 27, and more whistles. And still being tossed to the ground. Aaron Kimball throws Tinsley down. Kimball.
And there's a flag now, but that was because of the jumping at the line of scrimmage. The Chatham players wanted a personal foul.
Yeah, Tinsley was upset that Kimball bumped him to the ground, but he did not hear the whistle, apparently. Or at least he hopes the referees think he did not hear the whistle.
And the Chatham people are starting to get into the justice thing. You know, we had all our personal fouls called. Where's that?
They were talking to Tinsley, maybe just to settle him down. He was frustrated. He's frustrated by the game. He's frustrated by that play. And this is a dead ball foul. Fonda-Fultonville was offside, so they'll move it back 5 and bring third and 22 again. 9:56 to play in the first.
Nasty. And all I did was make a regular tackle of him.
High formation on third down and 22 from the 26. Tinsley has time to throw this time. He was looking for a screen. It's not there. Now he wants to run. Stripped to the ball. Braves pick it up. And picked up by Kimball, who rumbles in for a touchdown. Oh, the Braves love that. Aaron Kimball gets himself a fumble return for a touchdown with 9:20 to play in the first half. And it's now 42-0 Braves. Well, and another guy on the scoring list now, Alex, Aaron Kimball, and that brought big-time cheers from the Braves bench.
Yeah, didn't he? didn't show too much slowness on that play, and I pity the guy who tried to get in his way and tackle him.
There wasn't much hope of that. Oh, Ryan Hayes again. This time he'll try the other goal post, and there's the same as the ones at the other end. He kicks it through. Braves 43, Chatham nothing, 9.
And what is their relationship to remote sensing? If you don't know and would like to know, or you do know but want to know more, Fulton Montgomery Community College is now offering a new certificate.
Game 4 against Rensselaer. That was the biggest rout in Braves history, but it wasn't the most points they scored. They once got 63 against Bishop Scully. Maybe I didn't want to admit that because that's where I went to school.
Alimo takes this kick, heads up the middle of the field, looks for a hole, gets across the 30, battles his way across the 35, and fights for hard yardage to the 38-yard line. Alimo not exactly running full speed when he took that kick, but he found himself a hole and ran.
One year we went up on the roof, and it was pouring rain. Remember that?
Bishop Scully's old coach Jim Marticello will be here later in the year with Bishop Gibbons.
And the same thing might happen.
Yeah. He's trying to turn around a program that's been struggling for a long time. They give to Williams, and Williams bowls up the middle for about 5 or 6 near the 45-yard line.
That's what all the articles say for the year. He's a co-captain, and he showed really well on that one run.
Yeah, their passing game is useless.
He did throw once, remember, and was picked off by Dingman, so we have seen his arm at least the one time.
Give to Williams. Flag is down. Williams is down after a short pickup. Jeremy Creasion on the stop. Braves may have jumped offside. They're getting kind of anxious on defense. Or it could have been a procedure. And it was. Okay. So they're not as anxious as I thought on that particular play.
They've had all these touchdowns, and you have all these penalties. Even that slows the game down all the more.
Yeah, it's been a sloppy game for Chatham in a lot of ways. They've had turnovers, they've had penalties, and again, as I said before, Mark Dwyer will start playing teams of his own caliber next week, but they can't commit these penalties and turnovers against any play.
Oh. Now they figured it out and put it back the other two.
So let's take it back to the 40, where it's now 2nd down and 9. And there's movement on the Braves line and in the Chatham backfield. Everybody's just a little anxious, jumping around on both sides.
A halftime
This time they'll call it on the Braves.
A halftime call-off of this game is not beyond the realm of possibility.
Well, Chatham came out for the second half against Waterville last week, and I think they'll come out for the second half today. I'm team Chatham. But they haven't suffered any injuries that we're aware of in this game. So now it's 2nd down and 4 again from the 45. And there's movement again, this time from the right side of the Chatham offense. And even a running back lean forward. It's just sloppiness.
Now they're starting to run the clock after these calls when they're not supposed to. It's becoming a safety issue and a mercy issue.
Well, and it's just sloppiness. Sometimes you feel for Chatham. Let's play some football, boys, and give us a showing here. So now we're back to 2nd and 9, where we were not long ago. This time the give to Whitaker, or to Maurice Reeves, I should say. Maurice Reeves looked like he was stopped at about the 45, but he continued on across midfield, and the Braves gave us a good, tough 12-yard run and a Panthers first down. Tinsley has 3 men behind him in the backfield. Ball on the left hash mark, receiver on the short side of the field. They give to Reeves again. Reeves puts his head down. Creasion wraps him up at the 45, about a 3-yard pickup for Reeves. Travis Smith gets up slowly for Fonda-Fultonville, but he goes back to the on top. And Smith will come out now. On 2nd down, Reeves the deep back in the 3-back backfield. Tinsley fakes the handoff, throws incomplete. Tinsley was hammered as he turned around to make the throw. Nick Bennett was right in his face, and Tinsley was lucky to get the football away. And football at the Braves' 46-yard line. 5:23 left first half. Tinsley will give to Williams, first man through. He's wrapped up after a pickup of about 2 to the 44. And now the Panthers will face a 4th down at the Braves' 44 minutes. And they're facing a 4th down and about 6 from the Braves' 44-yard line. Tinsley on the option, rolls right, now pitches to Reeves off his leg, loose on the ground. Doesn't matter who gets it, it'll be Braves football on a 4th down play. And the Braves will have it at the 48-yard line. The ball went out of bounds. Rival. That baby saying, "Get me out of here." If he could talk. Timeout, Chatham. I think there's a good chance of that happening.
And substitutes will be in there.
Now the Braves will start from the shotgun formation on 1st down from their own 48-yard line. Mancini to throw. Throws over the middle, and it is almost picked off. Jim Crennel had it. An easy interception right in his hands, but he had room to go. Braves now going with a no-huddle offense. 2nd down from their 48. They give to Pooler. Pooler up the middle. Room to run. 40 and dragged down on an ankle tackle by Alex Guzman at the Chatham 39-yard line. Alex Mancini working on a little bit of everything here. Snap to Mike Mancini. Throws in the flat to Pooler. Pooler breaks one tackle. Breaks more inside the 30 down near the 28-yard line. Looks like another 1st down for the Braves. He picked up 11 and think. Well, they were using the no-huddle offense. They'll stay in the shotgun formation on 1st down from the 27. And Mike Mancini is back to throw. He's got plenty of time. Throws in the flat, and it's incomplete. Intended for Collins, and stepping up was Josh Aiken, who was just a half step away from picking that one off and running a hole. That type of pass play from one side of the field to the other, that is all arm strength. You've got to get the football there. He almost didn't. It's incomplete. 2nd down, screen pass set up. Ball went through the hands of Newkirk.
Oh, that was so well set, too. There was 4 blockers and maybe 1 or 2 defenders. Breaks up how many touchdowns he scores. He knows he should have added 1 more. That one would have been.
3.5 left 1st half, 43-0 Braves, and they face 3rd down and 10 from the Chatham 27. Mancini to throw in the flat. This time he gets it to Wilkie on the right sideline. He's dragged down out of bounds at the 22. He'll come up about 4 yards short of a 1st down.
What he was doing in warm-up.
He's got the leg for it.
There's no wind.
He's got the leg for it. 38 yards, ball down, kick is up. Long enough, and good. Ryan Hayes with a 38-yard field goal with 3:13 to play. 1st half, it's now Braves 46, Chatham nothing. We'll be back after this.
Who wants chicken?
Here at McDonald's, have brought back our spicy and mouth-watering Cajun McChicken sandwich, now just 99 cents. Come put a smile on your face and...
Prices and participation may vary.
Back live at John Bossard Field. Ryan Hayes ready to kick off after booting a 38-yard field goal. This one's a short kick. Taken at the 20, then fumbled at the 20. And jumped at the 23-yard line. So the Panthers will take over at the 23 after the short return. One by Nate Williams. One by Maurice Reeves. Otherwise, it's been a rough day for quarterback Russell Tinsley, who gets no time at all to throw the football. He'll give to Reeves, and Reeves gets a yard to the 25. He tried the middle of the Braves line, didn't find much there. Pete Farina there for fun.
That's pretty impressive.
That is. What's more impressive is that you looked all that up right now. With all of the stuff you bring to the game, you found that. That's impressive. Pitch out to Reeves, right side, looks for room to run. Doesn't find too much. Eric Pooler hit him first, and Reeves maybe picked up a yard, maybe not. See if he got back to the 20 quarter against Chatham. This week the Braves a 36-point quarter, and the only reason why it wasn't 38 is because Braves kick extra points, and the Cannoneers go for 2.
They're leaving, the Cannoneer players.
They're either leaving or they're going to get something to eat. You know, they are high school football players, Alex. You got
yeah. Their T-shirts say Team 2000, the year of the Cannoneer. Well, there may be 2 chances for these teams to prove that. One next week for certain, and they may meet again in the playoffs.
Braves are called for being offside again, so it'll bring up, this is what Alex Mancini, he'll have to find something that went wrong today. He'll say too many offside penalties. Attitude, and hey, they've been able to back it up all these years too.
Team we ever saw knock the chip off their shoulder was that great Broad Albin first basketball team.
Yes, the BP3s. Try-off left tackle gains nothing at the 30-yard line on a 3rd down and 4 for Chatham.
And enough for the Panthers. They needed a deluge to muck up the field and maybe even up turnovers and give them even a possible chance.
Mike Westfall will punt, gets the snap, gets the kick away. Pretty good kick. Taken by Wiltie at the 45, and Wiltie is going to go down at the 46. Again, good punt coverage from Chatham, and that has been their strength in this game. 3 punts, and Wiltie doesn't have much to show for it on the return yards. They're working out of the shotgun formation. They had a no-huddle offense on their last possession. They may do it again here. Mancini to throw on 1st down with plenty of time, and the ball is caught by Dan Leyes, who was sitting on his backside at the 42-yard line. Mancini threw it right into his gut, and he caught it sitting on the ground. 1st down Braves. They move the chains to the Chatham 42. No huddle offense. Braves step up to the line of scrimmage again. Mancini to throw, looking long down the left side, and it's overthrown, intended for Kyle Collins, who stopped for just a second as he headed down the sideline. Had he continued on, it may have been a catchable ball and a touchdown.
Mancini zinged that ball on the previous play. It went right through the hands of Jeff Wiltie, who may have been.
26 seconds left, clock stopped on the incomplete pass. It's now 2nd down and 10 from the Chatham 43-yard line. Braves could huddle after the clock stops. And Mancini to throw with the blitz. Mancini looks for Leyes, and it's incomplete, overthrown at the 20-yard line. Leyes was open. However, Mike couldn't hit him with that one. Still working on that offense. They got a lot of offensive plays in this first half. There's no question about that. Early on, they had some short drives, but they've had some plays in this quarter. The pass to Wiltie, who will now throw it downfield, and it's dropped by Collins. Mancini threw a lateral pass to Wiltie. He responded by throwing it downfield to a wide-open Kyle Collins, but Kyle dropped.
Well executed and so open. Slithered right through his hands.
Hard to coach defense against those types of plays. Now it's 4th down for the Braves. Mancini straight drops, looks long for Wiltie, and it's overthrown on the right sideline with 6 seconds left. So the Braves do. But they've made their last call. The coaching staff heading to the sideline. And Tinsley will take a knee, and that will end the first half. 1 half of football in the books here at John Bossard Field in Fonda. The Braves 46, Chatham nothing. We'll be back to recap it right after this.
Additional 125,000 square foot building in the Johnstown Industrial Park, and plans to add to its current workforce of 100, eventually employing up to 250 people. Pioneer Window Executive Vice President Tony Fabb has found a home
there, but second quarter more cleanly played in that respect, although there were still lots of penalties on both sides.
I'm going to start, during the next commercial, I'm going to start disputing with you about what we might do, because you know how much I love the 4th quarters of these Fonda. Chatham is Steve Hahn, one of their co-captains, or tri-captains. Kyle Collins is the deepest man. The ball won't get anywhere near him, a very short kick. Grabbed at the 37-yard line, struggling forward for 3 or 4 yards is John Grant, and he gets to the 42. Tom kicked that ball the way I might, and it's 1st down. We both have relatively new additions in our house.
I'm not sure Macon could kick it that far, but I'd give it a try.
Braves starters are on the field. Mancini under center. Long count. Draw play, Pooler up the middle. It's past 145. Breaks tackle 50. Sprinting down the right side. Breaks to the tackle, then slipped up at the Chatham 30. Just barely grabbed by Josh Aikens, saving a touchdown.
31 yards for Pooler on the carry.
To the left, Collins. To the right, Wiltie. Backs in the eye. Tight end Elias is on the right side. Chatham with 6 men close to the line of scrimmage. Again, The fake by Mancini, rolling left, looking, short one out there to Crease, 20. Breaks the tackle, 15, 10, tight roping down the sideline, touchdown, Fonda-Fultonville. Strike up the band, 11:02 to play, third quarter, 52-0 Braves.
Two-play drive took them 50 seconds.
30-yard pass from Mancini to Crease. They can score 53.
Brian Hayes has been drilled them through the uprights all day. Another chance. Ball down, kick up. He's got it. The score, Braves 53, Panthers nothing.
Getting ready for school meant a new pair of orange corduroys, a pencil box, and a Partridge Family lunchbox. But today you need other stuff. Like
Goalpost, if I remember right, were left-footed. Brian Hayes left-footed. The ball falls off the tee, delaying inevitable further for Chatham. 53-0 to score, Braves leading.
I think it was the vibrations from the drum and the band knocked the ball off the tee.
Could be. They're having a good time. And they played that on the Lore Pass song about as often as we expected. Spinning into the arms of Dwight Stallworth. And he breaks a couple of tackles and is tough to bring down. Gets to the 31-yard line, matching his uniform number. Dwight, D-W-I-K-E.
What is
Gloversville Queensberry is a big one.
What is it with coaches, by the way? I can't get them to call with the scores this year. They're worse than ever with calling with scores.
I'll call the Glens Falls Post-Star. They'll have it. All right, set for Chatham. The handoff to Reeves, and he gets about 4 off tackle to the right side. Maurice Reeves has been one of the more effective players for Chatham in this game. In a game somewhere in the middle of the season. So,
well, they got by last night, and I'm sure Bob Gould was relieved to get that win. The Spartans might be 0-2, but they're not an easy opponent.
And overcome a 14-6 deficit to do it, full marks to Husky. And here we go again with movement in the line and flags for Chatham. There's going to be some discipline issues in their practices this week with all these illegal procedures and the personal fouls. 2 different types of discipline will be addressed.
And that will be a key for this team. Now, they will be 0-2, but they'll try to convince themselves they're 0-0 and take the season for personal fouls, stop the offside.
Like if they win 4 of the next 5 games, they're probably going to make the playoffs. Having been outscored so far in their season, 118-0. Have trouble with the snap, falls on the ground. The Braves fall on it at the 31. That's the 4th turnover.
Ball picked up by Whittemire.
Well, they had 3 turnovers early.
Ken Noonan not here at the PA today.
You know, I'm guessing he's golfing. Usually when he's not here, he's golfing.
First down Braves at the Chatham 31, leading 53-0.
Chatham coach has given up from upstairs. He's going down.
Newkirk, the ball carrier, and he gets close to the 25 and is knocked back. On the stop for Chatham. That's coincidence. I just happened to look at the clock, and that's what it says. Clock's running.
Thank goodness.
In motion, Newkirk left to right, ball on the left hash mark. 2 receivers left. Mancini running the option to the right. Has room to keep it. 25-20. Cuts inside the man nicely. 15-10. Spins off another and scores. Touchdown Braves, Mike Mancini. On a brilliant individual effort. With 8:34 to play. Third quarter, 59-0.
Not only did Chatham give up a touchdown, they have an injured player back at the 25-yard line.
Way away from the play.
We were told that Chatham's tackling wasn't exactly stellar, and that was a perfect
All right, another attempt by Ryan Hayes. Good pass from center, and he bangs it through. 60-0, Fonda-Fultonville. You're listening to High School Football on W.
County Economic Development Corporation. Its growth, according to Stan Cusel, has been significant.
At that time, we had like 8 to 10 employees, and today we presently have 18 employees.
Waterville Elite next Saturday.
Ryan Hayes kicked off. He's 7 for 7 on extra points today, plus a field goal. He didn't make the trip to Morrisville-Eaton Tuesday, and the Braves went for 2 a lot as a result. Stallworth down the right side from the 10, breaks loose, 30, 40. Midfield is dragged down in Braves territory, and he slams the ball to third if he wanted more. Jason Kruger may have saved a touchdown. The Braves territory once as a result of a long run in the penalty. Power ice set, 1 receiver left. Ball on the right hash mark. Most of the starters still on defense for the Braves. They'd like a shutout. And dragging the ball carrier from behind, Rob Crewell. Nate Williams lost a yard
for the season already. They set a team record last year for points scored. They may break it this year with the competition that they're going to be facing.
They didn't score 100 points in the first 2 weeks last year. And in motion for Chatham is Sean Westfall. Back to pad Tinsley. And a juggling try by Spaulding couldn't hang on. Would have been their first completion of the game.
Yeah, and he's got to catch that one. And that actually would have picked them
third quarter, 60-0 Fonda-Fultonville. Same power eye set, 3rd and 11. Tinsley back to pass, rushes on, swing to down the left side, running long way is Reeves, and they take him out of bounds at the 22-yard line. A very successful play. Reeves got speed, and he showed that a couple of
where they wanted. The Braves will get serious because they want to keep the shutout if possible.
Although Whittermeyer is replacing Aaron Kimball. Again, the power right set, left hash marks the ball, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Reeves, right tackle, down in the backfield, Dan Lyons, 2-yard loss. Most touchdowns. Ryan Hayes with his 10 points is the leading scorer for the Braves.
He's been a busy man today.
2nd and 12 at the 24. Running the option, Tinsley doesn't know what to do with it. Surrounded, manages to get a yard back. It's on pure effort. Okay, getting close to the 5-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Stallworth wide to the left, 3 backs behind Tinsley, and 2 tight ends. Westfall in motion. Tinsley, straight drop, wants to throw. Over the middle and a crowd incomplete. 1 receiver and 5 Braves. Yeah. And almost coming up with it was Alex Guzman. He made a nice leaping to baby.
She left. She got in the car and drove home.
4th and 11 for the Panthers. Aiken is very wide left. No one else wide. Tinsley back. Rushes on, whips it to Guzman at the 20. Gets around a man, 15, 1st down, out of bounds. At the 9, 1st and goal, Chatham. And they aren't giving full marks to him.
Yeah, 14 yards on that. The 5 was up there, and they want to be at least close to it, if not more.
And it'll have absolutely nothing to do with who wins. 1st and goal, Chatham at the 9. Reeves the ball carrier up the middle, gets to the 5, and then dragged down. So now this is a truly serious scoring. Sideline players, such as they are crowded as close as they're allowed to get at the 30-yard line. 2nd and goal. Tinsley, long count, gives to Reeves, trying to find room in the middle, doesn't. Maybe got to the 5.
Well, they are doing this against a pretty much second-string Braves defense.
In there. Pete Farina, Jr. is in the middle. 3rd and goal at the 5. And a man moves and flags fly. Oh, anywhere on the field, Chatham is capable of doing that.
They have.
Mike Doherty, who has been the starting center for the Braves for 2 years, is now playing as a defense.
This is the 9th play of Chatham's drive that started at midfield. It's by far been their most impressive.
Alex likes a lot of playing defensive end. The backup on both ends of the line. Back to the 10-yard line, 3rd and goal. Tinsley rolling right. In trouble and fumbles after he's hit. Scramble. Braves say they have it. No signal yet. There's a lot of people on the ground there. The referees are looking in. Chatham got it back, losing 5 yards. 4th down. And Tinsley was the one who managed to recover it himself. We've been talking about this for a long time.
We have.
All right, here's the 4th down play for Chatham trying to get on the scoreboard. They send 2 receivers left with just 1 back. Finally, a different formation, 1 receiver to the right. Tinsley a long count. I'll take some snap. Base back. Looking left side, nobody open. Still running. Still scrambling. Now throws to the back of the end zone and out of the end zone for a turnover to the Braves on down.
Well, he had the time. That's the first time he actually had time that Mark Dwyer is going to be asked to make the comparison after this week between the Braves and the Cannoneers. They only have a week to do it because they'll play each other.
On the handoff up the middle, Jeremy Creason battles his way for 4 or 5 yards.
With the Yankees and Red Sox locked in a tight duel today, and this one's 60-0. When this quarter comes to an end, we'll be turning it over to the Yankees.
Minicio running the option. That's the first down. 25-30, 35, and down to 36. He was only a step and a half away from giving those diehard Braves fans one more score before the quarter. And there won't be any more plays. It's 23 seconds.
38 with Jim Murphy. And Scott Brocious has just hit a 3-run, 2-out, 3-2 pitch home run to put the Yankees in front of the Boston Red Sox 3-1. Pedro Martinez gives up a 3-run home run with 2 outs on a 3-2 count to Scott Brocious. It's now the Yankees 3, the Red Sox 1, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning, top of the 7th inning rather. Let's join New York Yankee baseball on AM 1340 WENT.
On homer to put the Yankees up over the Boston Red Sox 3-1. Benicio hands off to Travis Smith. Brought down by number 63, Steve Hunt. Benicio back to pass. Gets 82, Kenny Zizis for a 9-yard gain. It'll be 32. Benicio pitches to Smith. Brought down at the 28-yard line by number 88, Corey Watt. Benicio pitches to Damon. Brought down by number 30, Alex Guzman, for a gain of 5 on the play. Benicio hands off to Damon, runs for the first down, and a little bit more. Brings it out to about the 15-yard line. Benicio sacked by number 63, Steve Hahn, for a loss of 3 on the play. There's a loss of 5 on the play. Benicio hands off to Damon. He's met by number 40, Nate Williams. Gain of 5. Benicio's pass to Steve Hansen is incomplete. And on comes the field goal team. So the 32-yard field goal is good, making the score 63-0, Fonda-Fultonville. stalwart. Brought down by number 58, Jason Kruger. It'll be 1st and 10 Chatham. Tinsley on the keeper. Brought down by Kyle Dwyer. Tinsley on the option, pitches to Maurice Reeves. And flag on the play. Tackle made by Ken Zizis.
Personal foul, face that, defense, 15 yards, first down.
15-yard penalty on the play to be a 1st down for the Panthers from the spot of the foul. Tinsley back to pass. Flag on a play. Pass broken up by Bo Smith.
To the 3rd, 15-yard safety spot, 1st down.
A 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. There'll also be a Chatham 1st down. Pitch to Reeves, brought down by number 27, Bo Smith, and number 51, Rob Crewell. Pitch to Reeves, brought down by number 22, Luke Benicio, for a 5-yard loss, making it 3rd and 16 for Chatham. Tinsley fake pitch. Back in the backfield, and number 51, Rob Freewell. Loss of 1 on the play makes it 4th and a long 15 weekly on Sunday. Pass is incomplete from Tinsley to Josh Aiken. Benicio fumbles the ball, picked up by number 39. Correction 38, Sean Westfall. Henry's pass incomplete to Dyke Stallworth, broken up by Bo Smith. Henry back to pass. Pass broken up by number 13, Mark Comet. Hensley back to pass. Incomplete to number 31, Dwight Stallworth. Hensley back to pass. Cover number 24, Maurice Reeves. Dropped by number 22, Luke Benicio. Benicio pitches to Smith. Gain of 4 on the play, brings the ball up to the 49-yard line. Benicio pitches to Bo Smith. Gain of 3 on the play. Make it 3rd and 3 for the Braves. Benicio brought down by number 38, Sean Westfall. Fonda-Fultonville fumbles. Eric Wiles on a recovery. Again, next week, Braves are on the road in Waterville. Kickoff slated for 1:30.